We have already learned the features of permanent winds which are blowing between the global pressure zones throughout the year. There are also winds of seasonal and local occurrence. They are generally known as periodic winds. These periodic winds change their direction periodically with the change in season and day and night. They are mainly caused by unequal heating and cooling of the Earth's surface and due to variations in atmospheric pressure. The monsoon winds are the important example for seasonal winds. The word monsoon is derived from the Arab word mausam, which means winds that change direction in accordance with season. Look at the screen. These are the factors responsible for the formation of monsoon winds. The apparent movement of the sun, Coriolis force, and difference in heating. There are two monsoon winds, southwest monsoon winds and northeast monsoon winds. Let's consider the first.
And reversal of winds start taking place
When
during the
the
summer season. Dry continental
sun's
northwesterly
rays
winds are
fall
replaced by warm
vertically
and
over
moist
the
southwesterly wind.
northern hemisphere, the pressure belts shift slightly northwards. The southeast trade winds also cross the equator and moves towards the north as the intertropical convergence zone moves northwards during the summer in northern hemisphere. The trade winds cross the equator and get defleated. It transformed into southwest monsoon winds due to the Coriolis effect. When sun rays fall vertically over the southern hemisphere or during the winter in northern hemisphere, the formation of high pressure zones over the Asian landmass and low pressure zones over the Indian Ocean results into the occurrence of northeast monsoon winds.
Land and sea breeze. Sea breeze is the wind developed during the daytime and blows from the sea towards the land. Let us understand how it is formed. Land has the property of getting heated fast and getting cooled fast. On the other hand, water heats up late and cools down late. So during the daytime, land gets heated faster as compared to water. The air over the land also gets heated and hence rises up. To take its place, the cooler air from the sea moves towards the land. This is called sea breeze. Then warm air from the land moves towards the sea to complete the cycle. At night, it is totally opposite. During night time, land is cooler than sea. Hence, cool air from the land blows towards the sea. This is called the land breeze.
The atmospheric pressure is different during day and night. The reaction of land and sea to sun's heat is not uniform. The land heats up and cools down quickly, and the sea gets heated up slowly and can certain and retain the heat for a longer period. The air in contact with the land also gets heated up and ascends as the land heats up quickly during the daytime. This leads to the formation of low pressure over the land, which causes comparatively cooler air to blow from the sea. This is known as sea breeze. Keep in mind, sea breeze occurs during the daytime, and sea breeze is the wind from the sea to the land. During the night, it would be high pressure over the land as the land cools faster than the sea. It results in the movement of air from the land to sea. This is known as land sea. So, the land sea occurs during the night, and it is the wind from land to sea.
Caused by an area's
During
geography.
the daytime,
During the day, the valley breezes
the
are
air above the
created when
mountains
sun
gets
warms
heated up
air
and
along the
rises.
mountain slopes.
As a
This
result, the
warm
wind
air
blows
rises,
upslope
creates a
from the
convection current
valley.
that causes
This
the
is
air
known
in
as
the valley,
valley
which
breeze.
is more dense and has a higher pressure to rise upward. This
The
rising
valley
air
breeze always
creates a
occurs
valley
during
breeze.
daytime.
Remember, winds
and,
are named from where the wind blows
it is-
from.
It
Hang
starts
gliders
from
can use
valley
these winds
to the
to glide along.
mountains.
At night, the opposite takes place.
During the night,
The
the
mountain
air
slope
in the
cools
mountainous
down more
regions
quickly than the valley,
cools
and
due
this
to the
creates a
intense
high
cold
pressure.
conditions in that
The air
region.
moves
As
to
the
the
cool air is
lower
dense,
pressure
it
of the
blows
warm air in
towards the valley. This
These
is known
winds
as
move down
mountain
the mountain
breeze.
slope into the valley,
And mountain breeze occurs
causing
during
a
night,
mountain
and it
breeze.
starts from mountains towards the valley. The local winds occurs relatively smaller area and formed as a result of the local pressure differences. Lu, mango showers, and Kal Baishakhi are the local winds experienced in India. Chinook, Harmattan, and Fon are some of the local winds in other parts of the world. Chinook is a hot local wind that blows down the eastern slope of the Rocky Mountains in North America. As a result of these winds, the snow along the eastern slopes of the Rockies melts down. The term Chinook means snow eater. Since this wind reduces severity of the cold, it is helpful for wheat cultivation in Canadian lowlands. Fon is the wind that blows down the northern slopes of Alps mountain. As the air heats up due to the pressure from the descent, it helps in reducing severity of the cold in that region. Harmattan is a dry wind which blows from the Sahara Desert towards West Africa. On the arrival of these winds, the humid and sultry conditions of the West Asia improve significantly. Hence, people call these winds as the doctor. Lu is another hot wind blowing in the North Indian plains. These winds blowing from the Rajasthan desert raise the summer temperature of the North Indian plains. The winds that blow in South India during this season are called mango showers. These winds cause the ripening and fall of the mangoes during the period. Then let's discuss the variable winds, which are entirely different characteristics formed during certain atmospheric situations. 1. Cyclones. Cyclones. Let's look at the screen. Cyclones are caused by the formation of low atmospheric pressure at the center, surrounded by high pressure regions. Due to Coriolis effects, winds flow in the anti-clockwise direction in northern hemisphere and clockwise in the southern hemisphere.
At the center of every cyclone or hurricane, you will find an area of low pressure, which attracts the cool air. Since we know that air moves from high pressure area to low pressure area, that means the outer area of a cyclone consists of cool air coming from high pressure area, which surrounds the central low pressure area. This region is called the eye of the storm or center of the storm. The low pressure region is a warm region where the air is warm, which expands and then rises. The cool air from high pressure zone rushes in to fill the void left by the rising warm air. This air warms and becomes moist as well, allowing it to rise. Then more cool air rushes in to fill the void. The warm, moist air cools as it rises higher into the atmosphere because temperature drops with increasing altitude. That is also how clouds are formed. Now this process continues again and again. As a result, you will see an eye-like figure at the center of the storm.
Look at the screen again, which describes the anticyclones. It will be very strong whirlwinds blow from the high pressure center to the surrounding low pressure areas. Due to Coriolis effect, the pattern of the winds in anticyclones is clockwise in northern hemisphere and anti-clockwise in southern hemisphere. The chapter totally explains the role and importance of the sun in keeping the earth's surface dynamic, and sun is the driving force behind this continuous movement of air. Information of the diversities in the nature not only arouses our curiosity but is informative as well.